This is the Coleman 10-person instant cabin tent, and I'm gonna show you how to set it up, take it down, and also how long it takes. Out of the box, you will get the tent body, the rainfly, a small ground sheet, fiberglass poles for the door, and 16 of these steel stakes for staking out the tent. The poles and guy lines are all pre-attached. Before we start, I just need to tell you that my Coleman tent was defective because one of the poles was attached the wrong way and could not extend and retract properly. But I'm still gonna do my best to explain the setup and takedown process to you as best as I can. Also, the hub where all the poles are pre-attached is a pinch point hazard, so do be careful. To set up this Coleman 10-person instant tent, first take the tent out of the carry bag, remove the draw straps, and unfold the tent until it lays flat on the ground. The tent should mostly be flat except for this central hub here, and here's a close-up of what that central hub looks like. After that, pull upward on the 6 elbow joints around the tent body, which are covered by this black neoprene covering right here until they're propped up at about a 90-degree angle. Once all the poles have been propped up, extend the poles at the top by pulling them apart until you hear a click. When the pole has been fully extended, this silver lock button should pop out like this, and that's when you know the pole is fully extended. Only the 4 poles at the sides, so the 2 at the front and the 2 at the back can be extended, the middle 2 cannot be extended. These top poles make up the roof of your tent. Next, extend all 6 poles upward, and these make up the walls of your tent. Again, pull them apart until you hear the silver lock button pop out and click into place. I usually start with one end of the tent and then make my way to the other end of the tent. All these 6 wall poles have these silver lock buttons that click into place. After that, pull the tent out tight and then drake the rainfly over the tent. The 4 sides of the rainfly are black in color, so putting it up isn't too difficult. Now secure the extended portions of the rainfly to the base. To do so, there's a hook on the rainfly that you attach to this loop on the base of the tent. Or you can use this other loop attachment to attach the rainfly. There are 6 of these hooks and loops, 3 at the front and another 3 at the back. The next step is to stake out the tent. I use these 6 stakes to stake out the base of the tent at the 6 wall poles. I usually use the same loop at the base of the tent for driving the stakes through. Then I either leave the rainfly S-hook in the same loop or loop it onto the hole in the stake itself. Actually, the instructions say that you're supposed to use these extra large stakes for the guy lines, and I agree with that, but it did not really make a difference to me because I did not have to put the tent up through strong winds. I used the rest of these 10 stakes to stake out the 6 guy lines, 1 stake at left width of the tent, 1 stake at the right width of the tent, and the last 2 stakes is for the floor mat or the small ground sheet. Finally, break out these green colored D-door fiberglass poles. Unzip this part of the door and thread the door poles through the door sleeve until it pops out at this end. Place this end through this rubber gasket or attachment here. Gently bend the pole according to the shape of the door while zipping the door sleeve up and placing the other end of the pole into this rubber attachment here. The Coleman 10-person instant cabin tent is now fully set up, complete with this awesome hinged D-door. Please help me smash that like button if this has been helpful. I really appreciate it. So, how long does it take to set up this Coleman 10-person instant tent with 2 people? To take everything out and unpack the tent flat on the ground will take about 2 minutes. From there, propping the poles up and extending all of them will take another 1.5 minutes. Draping a rainfly over the tent and securing it will take about 1.5 minutes. Finally, staking out the tent with the 16 stakes and installing the hinged D-door will take about 2.5 minutes, so altogether just about 7.5 minutes to set up this Coleman instant tent with 2 people. I also set the tent up on my own, taking slightly more than double the time in about 16 minutes or so. I'm only about 5'3" and I was able to set up the entire tent, including the rainfly and the hinged door on my own. To take down this Coleman 10-person instant tent, I usually start first by removing the floor mat, then the 3 guy line stakes at the front and the 3 guy line stakes at the back. Then I unhook the rainfly from the 3 loops at the front and the other 3 loops at the back and take it down. Next, I remove all the stakes from the base of the tent, so 3 at the front, 3 at the back, and 2 at the 2 sides, and also I remove the hinged door by gently pulling the fiberglass pole out from the door pole sleeve. To take down the tent body, press on the silver lock button on the 6 telescoping wall poles to retract them. Push down the pole until it cannot be retracted further. Similar to setting it up, I usually start with one end of the tent and then make my way to the other end of the tent. Next, retract the 4 roof poles by pressing on the silver lock button as well and pushing them toward the central hub. After all the poles have been retracted, fold the tent up toward the central hub. I usually wash the base and then dry it completely before packing it up. I was not able to pack up this Coleman 10-person instant tent because the pole was broken and it could not fit back into the carry bag. But my other 10-person instant tent fit back easily and is exactly the same size, and this Coleman carry bag can be expanded by ripping this off. Here's how long it takes to pack up the Coleman 10-person instant tent with 2 people. Removing all the stakes and the rainfly takes about 2 minutes, excluding tying up the guy lines. Removing the door pole from the hinged door will take about 45 seconds. Taking down the tent body and packing it toward the central hub takes 1 minute, and stuffing it back into the carry bag takes about 1.5 minutes. So altogether, slightly more than 5 minutes for 2 people, excluding washing. Here's a time lapse of me taking the tent down on my own, and getting the entire tent back into the carry bag takes about 10 minutes, so about double the time, although I needed some help to fold the tent up toward the central hub. I'll leave 2 videos here for more info on this tent. One is a rain test on this Coleman 10-person instant tent, and the other is a complete review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.